Okay, we're going to continue our discussion about the hydrostatic force on a plane surface. Okay, so but before we proceed, we have to review first, no? So here, as you can see, dito sa illustration natin, we are using some angles, okay, here with respect to the free surface of the fluid, okay, should we say the water, no? So yung challenge natin is that hahanapin natin yung kukunin natin or di-derive natin yung equation na gagamitin natin to determine the resultant force. Okay, so ganito kasi yun. This is the plane, no, na nakasubmerge sa liquid or let's say sa seawater. Okay, for example lang, no, sa seawater. So the problem here is we are going to determine the magnitude of the resultant force and the location of the resultant force. Kumbaga, titingnan natin kung saan yung nag-a-act yung resultant force. Okay? Bakit resultant force? It's because in this part of the plane, okay, take note that we are looking at it sideward, no? Hindi natin tingnan ito sa plane itself, no, perpendicular to the plane, kundi we are looking at it sa sides. Okay? So pag tingnan natin yan front, ganito yung magiging itsura niya, no? So kaya lang in this example, this is an irregular shape. Okay? So this is just a simple representation of the plane that is being submerged below the water. Okay? So titingnan natin dito sa gilid. Okay, ganito. Babalik tayo. In our previous discussion, we understand that once we go deeper, no, sa isang body of water, ay also magi-increase din yung pressure niya. Okay? That is why it is indicated that the pressure, okay, here, okay, depends on the elevation, meaning elevation from the surface of the liquid or of the fluid. Okay? So, ganun yun. So, pag titinan natin, pag ibabalik natin doon sa mga previous discussion natin, we understand that the pressure is equal to force over area. Ibig sabihin, the force acted over a particular unit of area. Okay? Then if we're going to look at the other equations, we also have other equations like pressure is equal to the density times the gravity and times the height. Okay? Which is there, no, in that particular formula, we could say that napakalaki ng influence ng height, okay, to the magnitude of pressure. Okay, provided that the density is constant, meaning same lang yung density niya because we are talking of the same body of water. At syempre yung gravity natin is constant pa rin kasi kaya nga, understood na yan, no? Nasa planet Earth pa rin tayo. Okay? So, that is why here in the illustration, that is written as FR. Okay? So, resultant force. Bakit siya resultant force? Okay? Kasi dito, from the upper part of the plane going down, meron kasing mga forces na nag-a-act dyan, no? Different magnitude of force. Okay? And then, there is a particular portion here that could somehow sum up the entire magnitude of the forces. Kaya sinasabi natin na resultant force, which is dito natin siya mahahanap. Okay, dito natin siya mahahanap. Itong DF is differential force. Ibig sabihin, this is only the like the gradient or a snapshot of a force or a magnitude of force or a unit of force acting on that particular area. Okay, that is why if meron tayong DF, meron din tayong DA. Kasi nga, we are talking about the pressure. Okay? So, take note, basta pag pressure, meaning we are talking about the force that is acted on a particular area. So, the DF here and the DA is actually we are talking about or we are referring about the pressure. Okay? So, let's proceed. Now, also, to recall, the letter C here in the figure, that refers to the centroid. Okay, so we just denote that with letter C. Centroid, ibig sabihin, that is the center of mass of the plane. Okay, center of mass. Alright, so i-recall nyo na lang, no? I-google nyo na lang kung ano ba talaga yung pinaka-explanation ng centroid. Okay, right, so we will not anymore discuss that one here. Okay, so itong CP, that means the center of pressure. Now take note that kung saan yung center of pressure, nandoon din yung ating resultant force. Okay, kasi nga sa sinabi natin kanina that pressure is equal to force over area. Okay, so if we're talking about pressure, matik na yan that we are also talking about the force. But we consider a particular area. Okay, ganon yan, basta pressure. So again, kung saan yung center of pressure, nandoon din yung ating resultant force. That is also the point where our resultant force is acting. Okay? So, of course, because the plane is inclined inside the liquid, hindi natin mailayo na meron talagang involvement ng angle. Okay? For example, 45, right? Or 60 or 20 degrees. Kung depende na yan kung anong ibibigay. Okay, now, we also have to remember recall the trigonometric function, yung sine. Okay? Sine. Actually, meron din tayong cosine, tangent. But at this case, we will be using the sine theta, no, the trigonometric function sine. Okay. The h here, okay, can be determined using by this particular expression. Okay, sin theta equals h over y. Ibig sabihin, kung maalala nyo yung ating SOH before, no? SOH, ibig sabihin sin equals opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, kaya nga sinabi siyang o tinatawag natin siyang no? SOH. Okay, so the opposite of this angle is the h. Okay, or the height. Alright? Okay, and the adjacent of that, the hypotenuse, the longest side, the longest side of that is our hypotenuse, which is the y. So, ibig sabihin, if we are going to determine the height, okay, from the surface down to this particular portion, so we could use or we can rewrite the equation such as h is equal to y sin theta. Okay, ganun yon. Kaya that is why here in our expression, the FR, okay, or the resultant force, which is equal to the integral of the entire area, okay, of the pressure times the dA. Okay, now take note that meron tayong symbol na h dito, and we understand that the h is equal to y sin theta. That is why here in this expression wala ka ng h na makikita. Okay, kaya nagiging ano na siya, y sin theta. Okay, So naka-specify na yung mga variables. Okay? So yun. So what happened here, all right, is just the substitution of the h. Okay? So this is why we have gamma times the y sine theta. Okay? Meaning the sine of the angle here times the dA. All right? Okay, so this expression, it refers to the resultant force. Okay? Meaning the integral of the from the entire area, given area, meaning nung plane of the gamma, mean the specific weight, because this is the specific weight, no, the gamma, times the height times the differential of area of the dA. Okay, so we move further. So here, where h, okay, as what I've said while ago, as h is equal to y sine theta. Okay, ito na yun, no? Ito, y sine theta. And the gamma, or the specific weight, and the theta are constant. So meaning, since constant sila, we can move the constant away. I mean, yes, okay, ialis natin siya dito sa integral part, okay, or portion ng expression. So kasi nga again, mga constant siya. Okay? So we have to recall that pag itong gamma is actually the specific weight, meaning that is the density times the gravity, the rho times g. Okay, ito. So constant 'yan, no? Sinabi ko kanina yung density at saka yung gravity constant. Kaya inilalabas natin. Okay, kasi hindi siya nag-change even if we change our elevation inside the liquid, hindi nagbabago yung density ng tubig at saka yung gravity, hindi siya nagbabago. Okay? So ang naiwan lang sa loob ng integral part ng expression is the y, which is representing the elevation and the area or the dA. Okay? Kasi, 'di ba, syempre pag halimbawa dito na portion ka lang, so anong area lang ang na-consider mo. So as you move down, as long as may portion pa ng plane, meron pa ring area na ma-change. So ibig sabihin, the y and the elevation, the y distance here from the point here, from the 0.0 downward is the y, okay, and the area, okay, is also changing. That is why napapaloob siya sa integral part ng equation. Okay, so ganito yung ganito yung ating resultant force, no, yung expression natin sa resultant force. So this is just actually explaining or describing as to what are the constants and what variables, or quantities that are changing. Okay, depends upon where you move, if you're moving upward or downward, okay, or where, no, in that particular portion of the plane. That is why it is integral of the entire area. Now, ito, in integral a y dA, this integral part of the equation is actually referring to the first moment of the area with respect to the x-axis. Okay? So x-axis, if this is our y, okay, going back to the illustration, if this is our y, okay, the cross of that, okay, perpendicular to that is the x-axis, the x-axis. Okay, so going back. So the integral part of the equation, this one, no, that I am pointing here, is referred to as the first moment of the area with respect to the x-axis. Okay? So this is now the expression. Integral of the entire area of y dA. Or we can rewrite that one as y sub c times dA. Okay, now take note that we already have a subscript of c here of the y. So anong ibig sabihin yan? That is Ang ibig sabihin niyan is that from the surface that is regarded as the zero or the starting point, going down to where the centroid, is found. Alright? So, that is our YC. This one. Okay? So, from the point, from this point, alright, going to the point of C or the centroid. Alright? So, do not be confused with this illustration. Baka isipin nyo, nasa ilalim ng tubig na ito. No. No, this is just actually a representation, a perspective. Okay? So, dito pa rin tayo nagsimula sa zero. Alright? So, the YC refers to the distance from the free surface or the zero going down to the point where we can find the centroid. YC. Okay? Of course, the A is the area. Alright? Let's proceed. Okay. Where YC is the Y coordinate of the centroid of the area A measured from the x-axis which passes through 0. Okay? 0 here. Alright? So, we can now rewrite the equation as the resultant force or Fr is equal to the gamma or the specific weight times the area times the YC, okay, or distance from the point 0 going to the centroid, okay, times the sine theta, okay, yung angle na makukuha natin dito. Or by again going back to H, kasi itong YC sine theta is our H, so we can rewrite the equation into Fr equals gamma H sub C, okay, H sub C A. Now ngayon, H sub C, so ito na yung height, ito, no? From the surface of the water, of the body of the liquid, going down to where the centroid is found, or the HC. Okay? So, pag makakita kayo ng ganitong expression, that is just the same with this one. Okay? Because our HC is equal to YC sine theta. Okay? Let's proceed. Now, it indicates that the magnitude of the resultant force, okay, is equal to the pressure at the centroid of the area multiplied by the total area. Okay, ganun pa rin, balik pa rin tayo, no, doon sa sinabi ko kanina that pressure, if we will be talking about pressure, actually we are talking about force also, but we are including area here as one of the quantities to be considered, no? Kaya sinabi dito that the magnitude of the resultant force is equal to the pressure of the centroid of the area multiplied by the total area. Okay? So that's it. Now, since all the differential forces that were summed to obtain are perpendicular to the surface, the resultant must also be, yes, of course. No? So, going back here, since this is the plane, okay, so may mga forces kasi dyan. So, the forces that we are taking here are those forces that are acting perpendicular. Okay? Since perpendicular din, since perpendicular yung mga different forces, okay? So, of course, the resultant force is also perpendicular to the plane. Okay? Sige, let's proceed. Now, so, here, nakuha na natin, no, yung formula ng resultant force. Ito yon, itong dalawa. Or this one, the simplest form. So, ngayon, titingnan natin yung tinatawag nating mga coordinates. Okay? So, kung babalikan natin yung mga lesson natin before, like in our algebra, if I'm not mistaken, we are also talking about this X and Y coordinates, di ba? Sinosolve pa natin yung mga yon. Sa fluid mechanics, ganun din. Meron din tayong mga X and Y coordinates. Okay? So ngayon, we are going to find the coordinates for the resultant force. Okay? Para ma-determine natin kung saan talaga banda itong si resultant force. Saan siya natin mahahanap? Okay? Now, let us start muna doon kay y coordinate. Okay? So, the y coordinate of the resultant force can be determined by the summation of moments around the x-axis. Okay? Summation of moments around the x-axis. Alright. The moment of the resultant force, pag sinasabi nating moment of the resultant force, if maalala ninyo, meron tayong other term na ginagamit sa physics, yung torque. T-O-R-Q-U-E. Okay? So, pag sabihin natin moment of the resultant force, we are referring to the torque. Okay? So again, the moment of the resultant force must be equal to the moment of the distributed pressure force. Of course. Diba? So sinabi natin kanina, kapag pressure, meaning it is also we're also talking about the force with respect to the area where it is acting or where it is acted. Okay? Now, pag sabihin nating moment of resultant force, dalawang bagay lang yan. So, that is the force itself, okay, and a particular distance. Okay, a particular distance from the axis. Okay, kasi torque nga di ba? So, here, dito, mamamultiply, as you can see here, partner silang dalawa, the force, the resultant force, and the y coordinate or the y. Now take note that the force here, the direction of the force and the y should be perpendicular. Okay? As illustrated here in our at the side of the slide. Okay? So this is our y. For example, this is our y. And this is our force. So the product of the distance or of the y here times the force, okay, which is perpendicular to it, is called the moment of the resultant force. Okay? Moment of the resultant force. Ibig sabihin, pag makita kayo ng FRYR, okay, that is our moment of the resultant force, provided that they are perpendicular. If hindi masatisfy itong condition na ito, we cannot take this one as the moment of the resultant force. Okay, so dapat perpendicular sila. Okay, the y or the distance from the axis. Halimbawa, may axis dito, no? Or the centroid, or sabihin natin may shaft dyan, no? And of course, the distance and the force, perpendicular sila. So tawag natin dyan ay moment of the resultant force. Okay. So ano yung moment of the resultant force? It is equal to the integral of the entire area of y, okay, and the differential of the forces. Alright? Okay. So yun. Parang isa-sum up siya ba lahat? Okay. Itong product ng dalawang ito, okay, kasi every portion of here, every portion here may mga YDF yan eh. So isa-sum up mo yan, yun yung ating moment of the resultant force sa pangkalahatan. Okay, that's why we have the integral of the entire area. Okay, so let's proceed. Ngayon, take note, meron tayong makita dito na DF, and previously na-discuss natin kung anong ibig sabihin nitong DF. Okay, differential force. The DF is equal to, we understand that the DF is equal to the gamma times height and times the dA or the differential area. Okay? This one. Parang kung titinan mo rin, the gamma and the H here, okay, is actually the pressure. Okay? The pressure. And the dA is actually the area. So pag ano mo yan, parang kung ibalik mo yan sa dati na na equation doon sa pressure equals F over A, ito P, itong gamma H. Okay, at saka itong dA naman is of course the area. So parang ano lang yan, dF over dA equals P. Okay, dito. Okay? Sige, balik natin. So, we are going to substitute these quantities to the expression here. Okay? Kaya nangyayari, from the dF, nagiging na siyang gamma H dA. So the DF here is actually the four quantities, the gamma, the H, and the dA. Of course, times the A. Okay, so pare-pareho pa rin yan sila. Pare-pareho lang pa rin ang ibig sabihin yan. We just make it more specific. Kasi enumerate natin yung mga different quantities. Okay. Ngayon, laliman pa natin. Okay? Kasi sometimes mag-i-involve tayo ng mga tawag natin dito, angle. Kasi naka-inclined nga siya, no? Okay. So ngayon, itong H, marirewrite natin ito into H is equal to Y sin theta. Okay? So itong H magiging Y sin theta. Since alam natin that H is actually equal to Y sin theta. Okay? So mangyayari, magiging if RYR, tapos itong H na portion na ito, okay? Never mind muna the red colors. Okay? Is actually representing the H. So parang hinaba-haba lang natin yung pinag-isa-isa natin yung mga quantities involved. Okay? So ito na yon, Y sin theta, our H, this one. Now, ngayon tingnan natin yung loob niya, kung ano-ano yung mga quantities mahanap natin. Now take note that meron tayong dalawang Y. Okay? So double sila. Of course, alam natin Y times Y equals Y squared. That is why we can re-express this one into this expression. So retain the other quantities like the gamma. Tapos Y squared kasi dalawang Y na siya. Saan ba galing itong isang Y dito? No? From the original expression or from the first expression. So, kinumbine natin yung dalawa kaya siya nag-Y squared. So, gamma times Y squared, the sine theta or the angle, no, sine angle, times the differentials of area of dA. Okay? So, ito na yon. Okay? So, kumbaga, the moment of the resultant force is equal to the integral of the entire area of the gamma, Y squared, sine theta, and the differential area. Okay. Now, ngayon, kasi, di ba, going back, hahanapin natin kasi si Y coordinate. Okay. Si Y coordinate. So, from this expression, ilalabas natin si YR. So, paano natin gawin yon? So, we're going to make a denominator of FR so that the FR here are cancelable. And also, kung anong ginawa natin doon sa kabilang part ng equation, to maintain the equality, gagawin din natin dito sa kabila. However, we will not write FR. Kumbaga, gagawin natin, isusulat talaga natin yung mga quantities involved sa kay FR. So, anong mangyayari? Ganito na. Okay, so that, just like what we have here, FR YR over FR equals the integral of the entire area times the gamma Y squared sine theta and the differential area divided by itong expression na ito, susulat natin sa baba, gamma AYC sine theta. Okay, ganun lang pag pag-derive ng YR. So, ang mangyayari, cancelable na si FR at si FR. Of course, kasi meron man si gamma sa taas, meron din sa denominator, so cancel na sila. Si sin theta at si sin theta cancel na din. Okay, take note that si dA here is not the same with the A here, so we cannot cancel the two areas here kasi hindi sila pare-pareho ng meaning. So, mangyayari, maiiwan si AYC. Yeah. Now, ano ang magiging final formula natin? So, therefore, si YR is equal to the integral from the of the entire area of Y squared times the differential area divided by YC, ibig sabihin the measurement of the y-axis down to the centroid times the A. Okay? So, ito yung ating equation for the y coordinate. But take note, hindi pa ito final kasi meron pa tayong na-express dito into integral form. So we're going to change this one later on. Let's proceed. Okay. Now, going back. So ito na yung formula na na-derive natin kanina. Okay? Now ngayon, the integral portion of the equation, the integral of a y squared dA is actually referring to the second moment of area, also known as moment of inertia. Okay, moment of inertia. Okay, or we will write that one as ix, inertia I. Okay, so itong expression na ito, itong integral expression o part ng equation, integral part ng equation, i-rewrite natin into ix. Kasi nga, ito daw si moment of inertia. This one. Okay? So, we will change the entire expression into ix. Alright. Now, ngayon, the yr is equal to ix, or the moment of inertia, over YCA. Now, ngayon, kailangan nating i-express si IX into another form by using the parallel access theorem. Okay? Now, I don't know if you are familiar with the parallel access theorem. Okay? But maybe as a suggestion, you are going to to review. Okay, kung ano itong parallel access theorem. The parallel access theorem is parang doon yan sa part na we are studying the rotating body of solid, or ano ba yung nagro-rotate, no? So, yun. So, parallel access theorem. Okay, so since sabi express natin sa IX using the parallel access theorem, so we could refer to the IX, re-express the IX into IXC, okay, plus AYC squared. Okay? So ito na yon. Ito na yung expression niya. Okay? Now, take note class that hindi ko na itatakol kung paano ito nadi-derive itong expression na ito. Okay? Para hindi na tayo masyadong humaba. Maybe ang take natin dito is yes, iti-take na lang natin itong portion na ito ng equation, i-substitute natin dito sa formula, no, ni YR. But then and again, kailangan pa rin nating alamin kung ano to, at least alam natin bakit na-arrive tayo sa ganitong expression. Okay, but we will not going to discuss that one here para tuloy-tuloy yung usapan natin. Alright. Now ngayon, we are going to change now the IX. So that will be IXC from here, from this expression, IXC plus AYC squared over YCA. Okay? Now take note that this is fractional form, and sa taas is two different terms. So what we're going to do is we're going to separate these two terms here by putting the denominators on each other. That is why here sabi ko, or YR is equal to IXC, okay, this term, the first term, divided by YCA plus the AYC squared, this one, divided by YCA. Now take note that we can cancel out the YC and the A here. Okay? They are cancelable. So since dalawang YC dito kasi nga YC squared, so meron na iiwan na isang YC dito sa part na, sa term na ito. Okay, in this part of the equation. Okay? So that is why the final formula is YR equals IXC over YCA plus YC. So ito na ngayon yung formula na gagamitin natin to determine the coordinates of the resultant force. Okay? So YR equals IXC over YCA plus the YC. Okay? So, in addition, it was regarded that the IXC over YCA is greater than 0. Okay, greater than 0. So, the resultant force does not pass through the centroid, but for non-horizontal surfaces is always below it. That is why sinasabi na si resultant force will be found at the below, no? Okay, below the centroid. Okay, yan lang. So ito na ngayon yung ating equation na gagamitin to determine the y coordinate of the resultant force. Alright. Now, ngayon, ang hahanapin naman natin is the x coordinate. Okay, the x coordinate. But before that, babalik tayo doon sa problem. Okay, balikan natin yung ano. Okay, dito. Okay, sabi ko dito, this is the y. And the opposite of that, or perpendicular to that, is the x. Okay, that is why we have I inserted a simple illustration here, no, to denote the expression. Now, if we're going to determine, no, the x, so we could somehow we could say that the height is equal to sine theta x, or x sine theta. Okay, so do not be confused with that. Okay, yan. Now let's proceed. Now, the x coordinate, or xr, for the resultant force can also be determined in a similar manner by summing up the moments, no, about the y-axis. Okay, so finding the coordinates, or finding the x coordinate for the resultant force, okay, can be determined in similar manner by summing the moments about the y-axis. All right. So, again, kanina ginamit natin YR, ngayon papalitan natin ni X, XR, kasi nga X coordinate. Okay, is equal to the integral from the of the entire area of Y and the DF. Okay, then since the DF is equal to gamma H dA, so we could rewrite this expression into FRXR, that is equal to the integral of AY gamma H dA. Okay, pare-pareho lang din yun kanina. Alright, now since we have H here, okay, as I've said that the H is equal to sine theta x, so we rewrite the expression into FRXR equals to the integral of the entire area of Y times gamma, then sine theta x dA. Okay? Then syempre, same method pa rin, kakancel natin si FR. Alright? And then substitute natin yung yung expression ni FR. Okay, so kakancel natin si gamma at saka si sin theta. So the remaining is EYC pa rin at saka si YX dA. That is why the XR, okay, the XR is equal to the integral of the entire area, okay, of x y dA over YCA. Take note of that. So, since this is an integral part of the equation, we will rewrite that one, okay, because this is referring to the second moment of the area, okay, moment of the inertia, or the IXY. Okay, so we could rewrite the expression into XR equals IXY over YC. Alright? So, next nito is i-express natin itong IXYC sa parallel axis theorem. So, ang parallel axis theorem ni IXY is equal to IXYC plus AXCYC. Okay? Daming letters. Okay? So, syempre, i-integrate natin itong portion ng equation ng na ito dito. So, mangyayari, okay, same method pa rin, kakancel natin siya. So, XR is equal to IXYC over YC plus AXCYC over YCA. So, ang magiging final equation natin sa resultant the x coordinate, no, of resultant force is xr equals I xyc over yca plus xc. Okay? Ito na expression. So ito na yung equation na gagamitin natin to find the x coordinate, the resultant force. So the product of inertia with respect to an orthogonal coordinate system passing through a centroid of the area and formed by a translation of xy coordinate system. Masyadong technical, ano? Okay. So pag sinabing orthogonal, meaning perpendicular siya, no? If the vectors that define the coordinate frame, sabi, are locally perpendicular, okay, the coordinate frame is said to be orthogonal. Okay, yan ang pagka-definition natin dito sa word na orthogonal. Okay, so hayaan na natin yung mga mga terminologies dito as long as alam natin kung paano i-derive si x coordinate. Okay, so ito na ang equation natin. So, to sum it up, ito yung mga equations na kailangan natin, no? Si resultant force, si x coordinate of resultant force, and si y coordinate of the resultant force. Okay. Now take note, we will be considering some of the geometric figures at meron siyang corresponding equations ng kanyang mga IXC at saka IXYC. Okay? So, just like the rectangle here, ganito pagkuha ng area niya, no? Yung IXC, ganito yung equation niya. Alright? Nung YC, ganito naman, yung IXYC ito, no? Equal to 0 daw. Right? So, pare-pareho sila ni circle. Yung IXYC niya is equal to 0. At ito naman yung equation niya to get for the IXC and the IYC. So, pareho lang pala sila ni XC at ni YC. Meron kasi tayong problem mamaya na gagamitin natin itong circle. Kasi nga, yung problem is using, gumamit daw sila ng gate sa ilalim ng dam. Ginamit nila na water gate is bilog. Okay? So, ang IXC na gagamitin natin is ito, pi r4 over 4. Tapos, ang yung kanyang IXYC is 0. At marami pang iba. Ito pa siya, semicircle, meron dito. At dito sa triangle. Okay, don't worry. I'm going to provide you the copy of these equations. This one, itong portion na ito. Para meron kayong ma-familiarize or ma-memorize ng mga equations. Okay? At ito naman yung sa quarter circle. Okay? Yan. Alright. Now ngayon, dito tayo sa problem. So, ganito yung problem natin. Okay? Dito sa problem natin, kukunin lang natin yung force, yung resultant force. Okay? At saka yung location kung saan siya mahanap. Alright? So, some of the measurements here is not indicated in the problem statement. So, dito na lang natin kukunin yung mga values niya. Okay? So, ano yung problem? So, the problem goes like this. The 4-meter diameter circular gate, ito, nasa baba. Kasi tubig ito eh. No? So, ito yung baba. Okay? Yung gate niya ito. Okay, again, the 4-meter diameter circular gate, as shown in the illustration, is located in the inclined wall of a large reservoir containing water. So, tubig ito. Which is, yung kanyang specific weight is 9.8 kilonewton per cubic meter. Makin mo yan, no? Grabe. So, yung specific weight niya is 9.8 kilonewton per cubic meter. And let's continue. The gate is mounted, itong gate ito. The gate is mounted on a shaft along its horizontal diameter. So may itong bilog, itong dot sa gilid is actually the shaft. No. So kung bubuksan mo 'yan, bubuksan mo kasi may lock dito. Okay, kung bubuksan mo dapat mo i-move yung gate dito or either here or maybe I don't know kung mayroon siyang pwede itanggal dito para ma-move siya dito. Okay? Kasi yung resultant force niya dito kasi. Dito sa baba. So ito yung ano niya. Ito yung tawag doon, shaft. Okay? This one. May ano diyan bar. Okay? Yan. So ito yung ano niya, yung center of pressure nasa baba, below the shaft. Yung center of pressure niya. So pag nandyan yung center of pressure, ibig sabihin nandyan yung location ng resultant force natin. No, kagaya nito. This is the side perspective o side view ganun ng ating gate. So this is the centroid. Nandito yung shaft natin also. And dito yung ating center of pressure or also the FR, the resultant force. Pero di pa natin alam kung ilang measurement talaga from the centroid, okay, down to the center of pressure. Di pa natin alam kaya isa-solve natin yung problem. So ngayon ang tanong, okay, wala pa. So the gate is mounted on a shaft along its horizontal diameter and the water depth is 10 meters above the shaft. So if this is the shaft, okay, from here going up sa surface ng tubig ay 10 meters daw kalalim. Okay? So ngayon, we are going to determine the magnitude of the force. Okay? Force ito eh. Determine the magnitude of the force at saka the location of the resultant force exerted on the gate by the water. Okay? Take note na yung water ang nag-i-exert ng force dito ha. Okay? No other force acting on it, only the force exerted by the water. Okay, so paano natin i-solve yan? Okay, ganito. Una, i-identify muna natin yung mga given. So na-mention ng problem statement na meron siyang diameter na 4. Okay, pag sinabing 4 meter yung diameter niya, understood na yung radius. Okay, meaning the measurement from the center to the edge. Okay, or to the circumference, no, to the edge of that gate is the radius. So the radius is equal to 2 meters. Okay? Then kita rin natin dito sa illustration na meron siyang 60 degrees na inclination. So sinulat natin dito yung theta is 60 degrees. At saka yung kanyang specific weight is 9.8 kilonewton per cubic meter. Okay? And also nakalimutan kong isulat, no, the h or the height is 10 meters. Okay, meaning from the surface of the water sa ilalim, okay, patungo dito sa shaft. Ito kasi yung shaft niya. Okay? So, that is 10 meters daw. So, hanapin natin yung magnitude ng force at saka yung location niya kung saan natin makita yung resultant force na yon. So, ano-ano yung mga equations na kailangan natin? So, ganito, nasa baba nakasulat na. First, is yung area equation ng circle. So alam natin that to determine the area of the circle, we're going to use the pi r squared. Okay, and the resultant force, the gamma times the hc times a. Okay, now take note, bakit hindi ko ginamit yung y sin theta? Kasi nga, binigay na yung 10, the height. So bakit gagamitin mo pa yung degree dito meron namang 10 meters, 'di ba? So ito na lang gamitin natin kasi 'yon. So that's why we use this equation, the FR is equal to the gamma times the height, okay? Height down to the center, okay? Or centroid. Okay? Ito kasi centroid. No? Okay, yung center of pressure hindi yan centroid ha. It's not centroid. Center of pressure ito. Dito mahanap yung force, resultant force natin. Ito yung natin, yung centroid. Okay, dito. So measuring from here, okay, dito. So measuring from here going up, so that is 10 meters raw. So yon. Then of course, the IXC of the circle, which is equal to 0. So mamaya malalaman natin paano i-manipulate yan. At saka yung IXC natin, or the IYC, pero itong gagamitin natin, the same pa rin. So, pi r squared over 4. And also, our y coordinate and x coordinate. Ito yung mga equations na gagamitin natin to solve the problem. Okay? Yeah, maybe you can pause this part of the video para ma-try ninyo isolve itong problem na ito by using the equations that I provide at the bottom of the slide. Pwede nyo ito i-pause. Okay, but if you want to know the the solution, pwede nyo rin i-proceed na lang. Okay, pero mas maganda pa rin i-try ninyo bago nyo titinan kung paano siya sinolve para matest nyo yung self ninyo, no, to compute the problem, to solve the problem. Sorry. Let's proceed. Okay, so ganito na. Ito na solution natin. So una, you are going to find the area. Alright, so the area is A equals pi r squared. So simple lang yan. So it's pi, then 2m raised to the power of 2. So that is 4m squared, or the area is equal to the 4 pi m squared. So pi is 3.14. So just going to multiply that with the 4. So that's the area. Now to find the magnitude of the force of the water, we can apply this equation, Fr equals gamma h Ca. Okay, so the specific weight is 9.80 times 10 to the third power, or times 10 to the 3 n over cubic meter, times the height, that is 10 meters, times the area, 4 pi m squared. So our resultant force is 1230 times 10 to the 3 Newton, or that is 1.23 mega Newton. That is our resultant force. Alright? So, next is we're going to locate kung saan banda. So, to locate the point, saan banda ang resultant force? So, to locate the point or the center of pressure to which it acts, we're going to use these following equations. Okay? Now, let's proceed. So, here, okay. Now, so for the XR, unahin natin ng XR. Okay. Now ngayon, it is said that the XR here is equal to 0. Okay? As you remember, balik natin dito sa ano. Okay? The IXYC kasi is equal to 0. Okay? And then, in the solution, meron tayo sa XR, meron tayong IXYC. That is why we will immediately equate the XR into 0. Okay? Since the area is symmetrical. Symmetrical, ibig sabihin, the same pa rin ang area dito sa baba. Alright, the XR. So, gagawin na lang yung 0. And the center of pressure must lie along the diameter A minus A. Okay? So, let's proceed. Now, since the XR is equal to 0, kukunin na natin si YR or sa Y coordinate. So, ngayon, kukunin muna natin si IXC, which is equal to pi r4 over 4. Okay? So, i-inject na lang natin diretso dito sa equation. So, we have pi over 4 times 2 meters ito ha, to the power of 4. Okay? And then, our YC, okay, YC is 10 meters over sine theta. Okay? Bakit siya 10 meters over sine theta? Okay? So, alamin niyo na lang kung bakit siya nagiging ano. Okay? Check niyo ang illustration. Right? Tapos, the area is 4 pi m squared plus the XC, okay, which is 10 meters over sine theta. So, simplify or solve all of these values. So, we get 0.0866 meters plus 11.55 meters. So, our YR is located at 11.6 meters. Okay? So, the YR natin is 11.6. And, yeah. And the distance along the gate below the shaft to the center of the pressure, okay, kung titingnan natin yung center of pressure is actually the YR minus YC. Okay? Ito ang gagamitin natin. That's why, going back sa illustration. Okay? So, from the centroid, okay, hanapin natin anong distance niya dito. Okay? Going here. Okay? So, ito yung ginawa natin. YR minus YC. Okay? YR from this point down to this point. Okay? And then the YC is from this point going to that point. Alright? So, tininan lang. Okay? Tininan lang natin kung gaano siya kalayo sa centroid. So, simply, we are going to use YR minus YC para makita natin siya gaano siya kalayo dito from the centroid going to the kung saan mahanap si resultant force. So, kaya sinabtract natin si YC sa kay YR. So, the exact location ni resultant force, okay, with respect to the centroid here is actually approximately 0.0866 meters. Okay, ganun yung distance niya. Pero pag magme-measure ka, like galing talaga doon sa pinaka-surface ng water going to the, like balik tayo dito. Okay, galing dito, from here, from the surface of the water, okay, going to the resultant force is the 11.6. Okay, 11.6 meters. Yung YR. Okay, ganun yun. Pero pag, simple, no? Pabalik-balik. Ganun lang talaga yan. Hindi na siya mahirap. Alright. So, yan ang paraan para malaman natin kung saan mahahanap yung ating resultant force at kung ano yung magnitude ng resultant force natin. So, I hope the discussion is clear at nakuha ninyo kung unang-una paano i-derive yung mga equations na ito na ginamit natin at saka paano siya gamitin to solve the particular problem. Alright? Now next nito is magbibigay ako ng another problem in which I will give you the chance to solve the problem similar with this. Okay? So that's all, and thank you very much.